Hello, everyone. I'm back with another discussion topic on a topic that interests me today, and that topic is two authors of the expanded universe who actually canonize themselves into the lore of the expanded universe themselves. Those authors being on the top left, Ryan Kaufman, and on the top right, Abel GPSina. Ryan Kaufman was involved in numerous expanded universe projects. Gonna see if I can remember them off the top of my head. There's Republic Commando, Jedi Outcast. He worked on numerous expanded universe video games for writing them, and he wrote at least one short story in the expanded universe as well. I think he may have been involved to an extent in Knights of the Old Republic as well, but I don't know that for sure. I think he was also involved in the Clone Wars 2002 video game. Abel G. Peña, of course, has written many things. He's written Skywalkers. He's written numerous EU short stories and articles. He's translated the Spanish Ewoks and Droids comics into English. So he's done a lot for the expanded universe as well. These two authors have done some really good stuff. Ryan Kaufman with video games, Abel G. Peña with a lot of articles. He wrote a lot for Hyperspace and StarWars.com. Ryan Kaufman, now I'm going to talk about him first and how he canonized himself into the expanded universe. So there was a book that came out in around 2005 called Republic Commando, the Prima Official Game Guide, where it gave you tips and tricks for playing the video game Republic Commando. This guide has a short story in it called The Tale of the Iowa Pod, which is a short story that's set in about 150,000 BBY approximately. But it's this right here on this top image that I have that's a blow up of the page of the story itself. The Tale of the Iowa Pod, translated from the Kaminoan by Ryan Kaufman. So it's not saying it's written by him, although it is. What it's saying is it's translated from the Kaminoan dialect. The Kaminoans, of course, the long-necked species from Attack of the Clones. So it's translated from their language by an individual called Ryan Kaufman. So that way it's saying that in universe, this is a legend that was Kaminoan, and an individual, we don't know the species, the gender, anything, an individual translated the Kaminoan into, well, not English, but in Star Wars it's called Basic, is the language that they speak in the movies. It's called Basic. It's the universal language, which happens to be English for our understanding of it, right? And so it's translated into Basic from Kaminoan by Ryan Kaufman. So that little sentence, that minuscule sentence there, if it had said by Ryan Kaufman, he's just the author, but translated from the Kaminoan dialect by Ryan Kaufman means that the individual who translated the language exists in the Star Wars universe, thereby canonizing himself into the lore with one tiny sentence. Isn't that wild? Just insane. This next one's the same case. Abel G. Peña. I've got a picture of him on the top right. In 2005, Hyperspace, the official Star Wars fan club, had many articles up on it, including this one. And this one is called Droids in the Force, Droids Technology in the Force, A Clash of Phenomena. In this story, actually, it references Skippy the Jedi droid, who I talked about in the last video. And it's written by the Jedi in-universe Tam Azure Jamin. But it says translation by Abel G. Peña. So Tam Azure Jamin, I believe, is Corellian, so perhaps he wrote this essay in some kind of ancient Corellian dialect, or he just wrote it in some other language, and it's translated by an individual called Abel G. Peña. So if it had said by Abel G. Peña, if it had said written by Abel G. Peña, that would have not been in universe, but since it says the translation from the Jedi by an individual named Abel G. Peña, means that canonically an individual exists in the Star Wars expanded universe named Abel G. Peña. Isn't that really cool? I just find that really, really, really cool. That this Hyperspace article, he took the opportunity to say that. I'm not sure if the authors realized that means they're part of it, or if they just thought it would be fun to say that instead of written by, but it literally puts their name as a character in the expanded universe. I just think that's really, really cool. Now, before this video ends, this is a shorter discussion video. I wanted to talk about something else briefly, and that's that Abel GPina's likeness is already in the expanded universe as a character. The Jedi Halagad Ventor. Abel GPina is the visual inspiration for the Jedi Halagad Ventor. On the left there, you see Abel GPina in a photo, and on the right, you see an official art piece for Halagad Ventor. Halagad Ventor being a Jedi who features in several West End Games stories and was also included in the Skywalker's novella by Abel GPina. So, Abel GPina is also kind of in the Star Wars galaxy in another way, because literally his likeness is used for the character of Halagad Ventor, which is really, really cool. So, what do you guys think of this? It's very, very interesting to me that these two authors put those tiny little sentences with one word translated by that infers that they exist in the universe, translating from a language or from a person into basic. That's just, it's really cool. I think that's really cool that they did that. I don't know if they intended to do that, or they didn't really think about the implications of what they were writing when they stated it like that, but it completely canonizes those individuals into the expanded universe, which is just really, really cool. If I was an author, I would totally have done that. I just think that's really, really cool. But what about you guys? What do you think of Abel G. Peña and Ryan Kaufman putting these little sentences that infers that they exist in the Star Wars expanded universe? I think it's really, really cool. It's a really neat bit of really obscure lore to note. I just think it's really cool. And I want to know what you guys think. Do you think it's really cool that Ryan Kaufman and Abel G. Peña did this? Did you know about this? I thought this was an interesting and obscure topic to talk about. Thank you for watching.